are you guys? What are your pronouns? And what's your channel about?
So my name is Aiden Dowling. My channel is Alliance Fears. My pronouns are he and him. And more popularly, I'm known to be the first transgender man on the cover of Men's Health magazine, as well as, as well as appearing on the Ellen DeGeneres show twice.
I'm Justin Blake. Pronouns are he, him. My YouTube channel is just Justin Blake.
Hi, my name is Miles J. Hey. My channel is Miles J Productions. My pronouns are he, him, she, their, they, that.
My name's Connor Manning. Pronouns they, them, he, him. I am bisexual identified, gender fluid as of like 2 days ago on YouTube. So,
Nice.
Hey.
Yeah.
My name's Shannon Beveridge. Okay, not everything I was gonna say. Okay, my pronouns are she, her. I have a YouTube channel called Now This Is Living, and I make mostly like LGBT content, like advice stuff sometimes, I don't know, that's it.
Hi, I'm Miles McKenna. Hello. My channel is Miles Chronicles. I identify as transgender non-binary. My pronouns that honor me are he, him, or they, them. And I make a meme of a time on my channel, as well as LGBTQ plus stuff.
Wow.
So let's get into it and talk about that. What role has online video played for you?
So for me, when I identified as a lesbian for 5 or 6 years, and then when I hit like the age 20-ish, I started realizing I had these other feelings. And so at that time, this was in 2008, 2009, when YouTube was not really a place to go. So online video, all that stuff was my outlet. It made me feel not alone. It made me feel like I wasn't crazy. It made me feel like there were other people who were sharing the same feelings I had. And it really, even though I was alone physically in my room watching the channel, right? Like watching all these outlets and stuff, I didn't feel alone anymore, and that was really the biggest key for me, for sure.
What about you guys?
Well, I mean, I really think a lot of times we don't have the language to put to how we feel, which is fine. I think a lot of times we grow up and it's like, well, if I was this, then I would know from day one, right? Because you hear these stories of kids that like know they're trans in kindergarten, but it's like a lot of times you don't have the language to put to it, and YouTube was my outlet where I was able to learn about gender identity and expression and sexuality, and I was like, okay, these people are okay, so I guess I'm gonna be okay too.
That's like one of the biggest cool things about this is that we have the ability and the platform to normalize things that we don't have, and kind of like what Miles was saying, like for me, I didn't have the language of gender neutrality and of that this was even a real thing. And so for a long time, I just sort of was like, oh, I'm just a different kind of masculine. And then as I've kind of earlier into my early 20s and mid 20s and stuff, it's like that doesn't fully encompass it. And now I've been exposed to this platform. I've been exposed to people out there who are living their truth, and it's great to just like learn and open up and be like, oh, actually that's me. Like,
I was scared at first because I didn't know that other people felt the same way. But then after watching the videos and stuff, it made me feel like I was a real person still.
It never occurred to me like to actually look for people that were like me online until I just happened upon someone who, like, I was like, oh, that's definitely something that I identify with, and then I started delving into it online, and that's when, you know, I kind of figured out, or started to figure out, like, who I was as a person and what it was called.
You know, my message of my channel is that you are enough. You're already exactly how you're supposed to be. And yeah, you know, we might want to change our hair color one day. You know, we might want to get some tattoos, some piercings, you know what I mean? But you exactly how you are is exactly how you should be. You are enough. So go forward and then take a step back. That's fine, you know?
Just do whatever you want to do, as long as it's authentic to you and your story. Everything else is bullshit.
yeah, no, I love that. I sort of like, in regards to my message, it's not necessarily just about something about like being queer, about being whatever. It's just, I have a sort of life motto, it's just trust the process. It's just be authentic to yourself, do whatever it is that you can do, and love what you do. Not only that, just find the things that excite you, that make you passionate, and understand that everybody's story is different. Everybody's got their stuff. Everybody's going through different stuff, and you just gotta find what works for you. You gotta find the people that work for you, and just live your truth as honestly as you can. And that's just, you just do that over time, you figure it out.
Tweets, you know, of people saying that they're excited to see something that maybe I've, you know, hinted at on Instagram or something like that. And plus I just love what I do, just in general as a job. Like, I never thought I would be doing this in my entire life, but I hoped I would. So just seeing that and knowing that people appreciate that really is all I could ever ask for. So
Nice.
yeah.
Justin, what do you love?
I just enjoy making people happy and seeing people smile.
Aiden?
For me, it's all you guys. You know, everybody here today. It's when you get a tweet. You know, like Miles was saying, like you know, when someone says like, "Bro, like legit, you saved my life." Like I get chills because somebody out there when I was young saved my life. You know.
Because I didn't have any role models to look up to, and I didn't know that I could be me and also fall in love with a girl, which is awesome. So the idea that I can give that back to even just like one person, like Miles said, that's 100% why I do anything that I do.
Yeah, honestly, for me, the biggest thing is meeting you guys, and I mean that like so wholeheartedly. I was the kid who was a self-harmer. I was the kid who had to sleep in my car some nights because that's all I had. And YouTube really saved me. It was the only place I could truly be me. And I've been on tour for the past few months, and I've just met so many kids from all around the country that are like all the same. Like it's so weird. Like you go to like, you know, Toronto, and then you go to, you know, San Francisco, and like you meet the same type of people. It's like, wow, we're all here. And like it's so funny. Like the stories that you hear and the people that you meet. And it's just really like validating for me as a human. And I've grown so much just from meeting other people that are like me. Because we all share a common theme of just like, I guess, being human. But yeah, no, this is definitely a wild ride, and I love being a part of this community.
How do you deal with like the people that say that there's only male and female, and like you can't be a third gender? That's not allowed. It's not a real thing.
I'll take this real quick. I think that's so lame. Like, I think that's so dumb. Like, life is so short, and it's like there's no reason to put down another human. You know, I just think that's not okay at all. Yeah, it's definitely, if that's how you're feeling, then it is real. You know what I mean? So like, if you feel like this, then that's what it is. And if you don't know anyone else, then maybe you're the first one. Just do it. Like, do whatever you want to do. There's only one rule to life. It's just to be kind to others. That's it.
For you, like anybody else who claims that they can tell you what you are, that what you're feeling is not real. That's not real, you know, because you're the only one feeling what you're feeling and doing what you're doing, and nobody has ever lived your life before. So you're in charge of that. You get to define that for yourself, and you should be empowered to do so in whatever way you see fit. And it's hard to turn down the noise, but at the end of the day, you're the one who looks yourself in the mirror every morning when you wake up, every night when you go to bed, and you know you better than anyone else on this planet, and you always will.
Nobody is gonna believe you in you more than you. Period.
In my journey, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like suck it up and like wear the dress and put makeup on and do my hair down because that's what'll be easier, right? That's what'll make these people like me, right? And then it got to a point where I was like, okay, that's not me, and being my authentic self wasn't okay either. So I was like, I'm just gonna do me, okay? I have to live under this roof, but I don't have to share that much of myself, you know? So it's like, I just did my thing, I just put my head down, but I still was me. I just wasn't communicating with these people that weren't that into me as often as I could. And it's gonna be hard. Like, there's no other way around it. It's hard, and that's your journey, but just know that there's so much more out there. Like, I was lucky enough when I came out as my sexuality, I just happened to be going to Australia like the next week. And that literally saved my life because I all of a sudden was like thrown into the other side of the world, and I was like, oh, my bubble is just a bubble. Like, there's so much more out there. There's so many stories being lived. I'm gonna be fine. And it may not be okay right now. I was a really sad 17-year-old in the suburbs, but I'm not that anymore because I grew. So just like keep hold of who you are, know who you are, and it's maybe difficult, but you just got to keep doing it and keep close people around you. Keep a good friend group, even if they're online.
Yeah, just for me, like I've been very quietly IDing as gender fluid for about 6-7 months now. Shared that with a few people, but the most important part was sharing it with myself first. And that was something I did without talking to anyone. That was something I did without making a video or tweeting or like being on a pride float, like screaming about how gay I am. Like, you know, like that, it doesn't have to be that, you know? And for so many people, and my heart goes out to you, it's not safe. And so, my advice is just to be honest with yourself first. Love yourself first. And then everything else will fall into place.
Who inspired you?
Oh God, definitely Jaden Whale, JO Unit 11. Big inspiration, been watching him since 2007. And really, like, honestly, all the creators here as well. Like, Davey Wavy doesn't know this, but 2 years ago, I went to the LGBTQ plus panel at VidCon, and you were on a panel, and I literally was like the crying, like long-haired person in the front row, asking you a question, how do I come out online? Because I don't think I can. So and that was 2015. So it's like, okay, like, yeah, so, yeah, do you remember that? So like, there's a video of me somewhere, just like in tears, like, and it was my first time in a safe space. It was my first time, you know, with a bunch of other kids that were just like me, and they were okay. And it was so much for me, because I was still, you know, like living on, like, you know, in my folks' home, and it was, I'd never been in a space where everything was okay. So yeah, definitely all the creators here, for sure.
And I'll say, you know, what inspires me is seeing all of you guys, because when I was your age, like, this wasn't how the world looked. And seeing you guys come to something like this and being so proud of who you are and being unapologetic in your gender identity, your sexual orientation, or whatever, not only does it give me hope, but it inspires me, and I know it inspires all of us. We're amazing. Let's get a round of applause for our panel here.
Yeah!
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody, for coming.
Thank you.